and to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Raouf Saad, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Ambassador Saad, how do you see the importance of Egypt being a mediator in helping reaching a deal between Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency?
Well, I dare to put this piece of foreign policy under the name of typical El-Sisi brand. Well, I hope I'm not offending no one, because this is a very subtle management and governance of foreign policy that is designed in order to target multiple goals. And if you can name out of them, one is establishing a kind of new breakthrough that the whole world was waiting under a very tense situation all over the world, particularly in the region. So now we have a breakthrough, and this is stamped and blessed in Cairo. But it's not just an accidental process. It is a process that Egypt has been dealing with for the last 3 months or more, and very few people, or maybe none, know about it. So it's a breakthrough that has to be accounted for Egypt's good intention and fruitful efforts in order to have this kind of new opening of relations between the IAEA and Iran. Two, is it contributes directly to cementing the basis of regional security. The security is the region is on fire. And with the kind of crazy, savage, barbarian attacks by Netanyahu and his fundamentalists is taking the whole region to the edge. And I think in this regard, I would like just to refer to the statement made by President Sisi to the BRICS. I think it is.
Yes. Your Excellency, we apologize. We have now to go to a short break for the afternoon prayers, and we'll be back to continue our interview with Your Excellency. Welcome back, continuing and resuming our interview with His Excellency Ambassador Raouf Saad, the former Assistant Foreign Minister. Your Excellency Ambassador Saad?
Yes.
Yes, Your Excellency, we're shedding light on Tuesday's agreement between Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency signed in Cairo. My question, Your Excellency, is how will this deal pave the way for resuming the cooperation between both sides that was suspended after the Israeli air attacks in Iran in June?
Well, before, with all due respect, and I was just referring to the regional security, the tense regional security, and I was referring to President Sisi's statement to the BRICS, because I think it carried both a warning call and a wake-up call. It depends, to each it concerns. Because that was one of the strongest statements made by President Sisi that reflects that we are, as I was saying, that we are approaching the edge, and warning and waking up call for all the parties, the relevant parties, that in order to arrest these developments before we cross the edge. So that's the second target that has been already conveyed to the region and the world. The third is, that you are opening a new path of I would say, not negotiations, relations, of incepting a new momentum in the relations between Iran and Egypt. That is not just a courteous process. It is a visionary approach in order to ensure that, you know, that we will have peaceful, smooth canals of cooperation and relations with Iran, in order to ensure their positive and constructive position in the region and the future regional arrangement.
Yes.
This is something very important. 3 or 4. This is you know, a good, a decent reminder to the region, to the world, to what Egypt can do, and no other party can do it, right? Because this is a kind of a very highly professional, well calculated and prepared diplomacy, and as I said, a piece of beauty of the foreign policy that, as I said at the beginning, it's a Al-Sisi brand. This is how you run. You don't need to have a media. You don't need to have a kind of promotion. But you have the word. What you do is self-explanatory to the world. 4 is that would ensure that the regional parties, that Egypt is the cornerstone of the region, and you know, as you can see, the kind of reaction, Egyptian reaction to the terrible savage attacks by Israel,
yes,
on Qatar, all right, it reflected that, you know, this is the partner that you can rely on. It's not just bragging or talking or words, but it's a partner that means what it says and can do it. So I think this is a kind, again, of one of the events, opportunities that would send multiple messages and would attain multiple targets in one go, and this will bring fruits later on. But this is the message to even to the Egyptian people, to understand that El-Sisi's foreign policy is not depending on, you know, a populist approach. It is a visionary, subtle, and with this kind of brand that would be results driven.
Yes. Yes. Your Excellency, how does this deal or agreement mean to the regional stability?
Well, that's more or less what I have been saying, you know, that if you ensure that Iran is back to the regional arrangements, and Iran is again on the way to establish a stable relationship, starting from Egypt and together with other regional countries, particularly the Gulf countries. I think if you can have this kind of security arrangement, regional arrangement, and involvement of all regional parties with a common agenda, well, by gradually to have to establish a common agenda, that would make the strategic difference in the whole region, and that would send a strong message that again and finally the region is standing on its own, and they can achieve what their interests require, and they are not dependent on what the outsiders could do, and that would lead the outsiders in order to reconsider their positions and even to protect their interests. What's happening now by Israel, for example, is hurting even the United States and hurting the whole European and Western parties. So I think we'll have to look at this process within a larger framework of consideration and understanding that these are the kind of processes that would make a difference in history and in the security arrangements of the Middle East.
Yes, sir. Your Excellency, Ambassador Saad, on the diplomatic level, the importance of this agreement to be signed here in Cairo. let me express myself more. Before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, we did not hear the name of Iran a lot here in Egypt on the diplomatic levels, and even the flight between Iran and Egypt was suspended. We did not have these relations. We did not have yes, many things, to the extent that when the previous former foreign minister, Sameh Shukri, used to meet the foreign minister of Iran on the sideline of any conference abroad, that was rare meetings. Did you get me? And after this, His Excellency, the Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati, continued this diplomatic ties under the directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. How do you explain this picture in growing diplomatic relations between Egypt and Iran, to the extent that Egypt is became a mediator or a growing influence in the region, to the extent that an agreement is signed here in Cairo between Iran, of course, and the International Atomic Energy Agency?
Simple. It's interesting. That's how a country, a respectable country, designs, its foreign policy in order to serve its bilateral and regional and
yes.
international interests. And that's I mean, for the analysts, that's how you would interpret and consider the upgrading and renovating the foreign policy, that in order to cope with the challenges and as well as interests. So that's why I'm calling for the media even to go a little bit deeper, rather than focusing on the kind of loud words of the agreement or whatever. No, we have to go further and
yes.
deeper in order to analyze the upgrading and promoted new foreign policy of Egypt with, as I said, with the LCC brand.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Raouf Saad, the former Assistant Foreign Minister. I really had the honor and the pleasure to have this phone with you. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.